the duck is up, everybody. The name's Valentinix, but you can call me Nix for short. So, a while back, Bandai Namco announced a new game. The new RPG reveal will be happening on March 5th, and people were trying to guess what franchise the game was for. I mean, obviously, since they were trying to garner traction and generate hype, it was pretty clear that this game was going to be part of an existing franchise. All that was left to guess was what franchise exactly. Now, Bandai Namco is also the developer and publisher of the beloved Tales series. Personally, I haven't played any Tales games yet, but I promise I'll eventually play them. I need to get through the never-ending backlog, but instead I would rather replay DMC5 to stack up on flippin' achievements. I do have a Rise Mine library waiting for me, and I have seen my brother play a bit of Vesperia. They look like great and fantastic games that I would definitely play. I just haven't yet. Anyway, a lot of Tales fans were guessing. Actually, I think hoping would be the more accurate word here. A lot of Tales fans are hoping that it'd be the next mainline Tales game because the last game was a remaster. Some people joke that it'd be a new Sword Art Online game because they pump out a new game like every 2 to 3 years, but some people tried their best to remain as hopeful as they possibly could despite that fact. And let's just say that things didn't turn out in their favor. Turns out it was indeed a new SAO game titled Echoes of Aincrad. But I'm actually super excited for this game though. Now I know that Sword Art Online as an anime is complete trash. Like, who doesn't know that at this point? But you know what they say about trash? One man's trash is another man's treasure. And I have to say, it's definitely my guilty pleasure. Like, SAO genuinely has the worst pacing and most unusual story decisions I've seen in any piece of media. Yet it's so funny and entertaining, bro. I've only seen till the end of like season 3 part 1, basically the first Alicization season, and bro, that was like genuinely peak SAO. Like, that was actually good. Like, the other seasons of SAO I'd seen had some like interesting moments, some boring moments, some hilarious moments, and that all had me thinking like, wow, this is definitely a show. But season 3 had me hooked, dude. Like, also SAO Progressive, the movies, those were pretty enjoyable. I forced my friends to go with me, and they had never seen SAO and only knew SAO as like that one trash anime, and even they enjoy the movie, so you know it's pretty good. As for the games, I have bought and looked into a few. Last one I played was actually Fractured Daydream, which is the latest one, right? I believe it's the latest one. I played it when it's part of Xbox's free play days just to try it out, and it seemed pretty alright. I was intrigued, but at the time I didn't really feel like spending money, so I didn't buy it. What I do like and find interesting about the SAO games is that they have their own canon that's loosely based on the light novels and anime, so there is a new experience to be had, and it's not just a simple rehash. The games even have unique characters that are exclusive to the games, which the fans call the Gameverse. So let's get back to Echoes of Aincrad. The reason I'm excited for this is because it feels like they're really leaning into the Sword Art Online part of Sword Art Online. What I mean is, ironically, SAO hasn't been about SAO for like most of its existence at this point. The Aincrad arc is pretty short, and for most people that's actually the only thing they know about SAO, but yeah, the death game. This game actually takes place in Aincrad, and the most interesting thing to me, and a lot of other people, actually for me it's the second most interesting thing because there is something even cooler, and I'm gonna get to it in just a minute. Don't you just hold on, don't you worry. But the second coolest thing to me is that you get to play as your own original character. That's right, the game will have character customization, so I already know day one of the game for me is just gonna be trying to look as ooh oh whoa as possible. The third coolest thing, don't worry, I'm saving the first and best, coolest thing, the most awesomest thing. I'm gonna get to that, don't worry. But the third coolest thing is that the game is actually English dubbed. SAO games never really have a dub, which is usually what I expect from these sorts of anime IP games, but this one does. And honestly, that just goes to show how much effort and low-key budget they're putting into the production of this game. Like, the graphics look the best they ever have, and they even have the English voices for the game, which is super awesome. I do have to say that it is a bit disappointing that we'll only get to explore 2 floors. Yeah, that's right, just 2 flippin' floors. What the jonkles, bro? Now these 2 floors better be hella fleshed out, dude, like, or else I would just be disappointed. Like, what do you mean 2 floors out of like 100? But we'll just have to see how it goes. But yeah, the moment you guys have been waiting for, hands down the coolest part of the game, in my opinion, that there is actually a death game mode. I repeat, there is a death game mode. The death game mode basically just acts as a permadeath mode, but dude, I genuinely can't think of a better way to emulate that if you die in the game, you die in real life energy. Because losing hours of progress on what is most likely expected to be a 25 to 30 hour experience has got to hurt. When I get the game, because yes, I will absolutely be playing this day one, I'm gonna pick the hardest difficulty in death game mode to get the true SAO experience. Like, just thinking about it, death game mode would completely change my playstyle, dude. For instance, I'm normally a player that hoards items as much as I possibly can, so in most cases, I'd rather die and restart an encounter instead of using an item, because like, what if I need it later? But in death game mode, I can't just die and restart. I'd actually be scared for my life, the same way the SAO players were. And I'm gonna do the hardest difficulty just to make it extra spooky. I'm actually gonna be streaming that, so you know, you should totally subscribe and even check on my Twitch channel, wink wink. But what I hate, what I genuinely despise, is that death game mode will only be unlocked after beating the game. Unless, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, unless you pay for the deluxe edition. What the flip? Like, bro, this isn't a Resident Evil game. I'm not trying to play the game over and over again. Pretty's got me to lock death game mode behind a paywall if you want it for your first playthrough. Especially since the death game aspect is like the most iconic aspect of the Aincrad arc. But okay, just be greedy, I guess. Actually, but Nix, can't you just delete your own save manually for a permadeath run? No! You think I would manually delete my hours of progress? You gotta be crazy if you think that. Death game mode is to enforce the rules on me, not suggest them. Like, if I buy the standard edition and I don't have death game mode enabled, you can bet your entire fortune in Firstborn that I am not gonna delete my save data no matter what, dude. I need that mode to make sure I follow Aincrad's rules. Anyway though, I just wanted to share my quick thoughts about the game. I'm super excited for it and definitely gonna be playing it at release. I'm intrigued by the premise and the death game mode sounds awesome to me. I'm trying my hardest to stay cautiously blind to the game because I prefer to go into most things with minimal expectations. But like literally everything, like movies, books, games, because I feel like I just enjoy them more that way. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, be sure to subscribe because I'm trying to reach my current goal of 1,000 subscribers. I would really appreciate it. Anyway, this was a quick short video because I just had to share my quick thoughts on this because I just found out about it. But yeah, thanks for watching.